Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. This Grand Prix was very interesting because of a lot of things. Well, we'll just start off and say Oscar Piastri is unstoppable. He's been doing so well this season. It's been crazy impressive. And so is Max Verstappen. Just want to say, Lando, you need to lock in. Lando unfortunately crashed in qualifying, making him start in P10 in the race. Not exactly the start McLaren wanted, which meant he had to recuperate all those positions, even though Piastri was like 3 points off of him. Like 3 points between them, meaning that he was going to lose the championship, which ended up happening because Piastri is now leading the championship by 10 points. Lando Norris is still second in the championship, but might lose one more position because Max Verstappen is not that far off. If he doesn't lock in or win another race, it's going to be hard for him. Anyways, this Grand Prix was very interesting. He ended up finishing in P4, which was an okay recovery, but he was kind of making impatient kind of moves. Like, there was one point where Lewis Hamilton was in front of him, and he didn't want to wait to the DRS part, so he kept overtaking him, but then Lewis Hamilton would just overtake him in the DRS zone. So basically it was like 3 laps of that, which kind of wasted time, which he could have probably gotten a podium if it weren't for that. But who knows? We're just saying if at this point. Anyways, Oscar Piastri won this race. He had a great... it was Verstappen who had pole in the first place, but then Verstappen went off the track. I don't really understand the whole Verstappen thing. There are a lot of rumors that this was kind of weird because usually when you go off the track to overtake, because that's what Verstappen did on this, you can probably see it on the screen, but that's usually, they just say give back the position and you should be fine. But for some reason they gave him a 5-second penalty. I don't know why, it was random. Usually that's just like a warning, but just giving the place back is usually what they do, which I just found it very weird. Anyways, that gave Piastri the opportunity to take the win, and Piastri basically led it after a couple laps. Like, Verstappen was kind of mad about that. He kind of crashed down on the radio, but it was very interesting, that part. Leclerc finally, I said it last video that Ferrari had done nothing all season, and I guess I gotta start praising Ferrari I gotta start dissing on Ferrari more, because every time I diss them, they're gonna do well. If I tell them that if they win a race, they'll win a race. But it does seem like Ferrari know a little more what they're doing now. Leclerc does, maybe not Lewis. He still kind of can't drive that car. The Mercedes were a little slower this weekend, only getting P5 and P6. Russell P5, Kimi P6. But still pretty good recovery from Lando, getting up to P4 from P10. But I think he could have done a little better if he didn't scrap with Lewis for points. For 3 laps. But it was just really dumb what he did. Anyways, that cost him the lead of the championship. And Oscar becomes, I think one of the only drivers, the second Australian driver to ever lead a championship, which is very impressive. Honestly, I think Oscar Piastri might take it this year, but honestly, people gotta stop dissing Lando. I understand he has messed up, and I will completely agree with everyone about that, but they cannot diss him. He's still doing a pretty good performance. It's his only result that wasn't on the podium, but he does have to lock in if he wants to win this championship. But we gotta still admit that Lando's still doing a great job. He's still getting podiums often, he just hasn't won another race. But it will be difficult for him to get back on Piastri. Overall this year, Piastri's been a better driver. Nothing really happened that much with the rookies. Albon finished in points, so did Carlos Sainz. For the first time, Carlos Sainz, I think, finished his teammate, but there wasn't that much that happened with the rookies. And yeah, that's basically the entire Grand Prix. There wasn't too much that happened. And yeah. Well, Verstappen did end up finishing second. And yeah, that's all I gotta say. Anyways, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this video. There wasn't that much that happened in Jeddah. Honestly, the last few Grand Prix have been not exactly super big. But yeah. Honestly, I don't think we've had a really impressive Grand Prix since, like, Australia. But also, Australia just had so much that happened. Anyways, guys, hope I see you in the next one. Which won't be in a while because the next Grand Prix is in May. So, see you in the next one, guys. Goodbye.